Good morning, all you library babies out there, and our library adults too. This is our story time for this week, and we hope that you're ready and listening in and ready to go.
Hey, good morning. I just wanted to remind everybody to take part in our summer reading contest. We're having an art contest this summer, and all of the information about that contest is in your summer reading packets. If you haven't got your packet yet, make sure that you stop by Satsuma Public Library and see us, and we'll give you your packet. Just ring the bell, and we'll bring you the packet to the door. All right, let's enjoy story time with Miss Evelyn.
Today we're going to read a book called Inside My Imagination. Now the theme for this summer is your story. What is your story? Well, figuring out what your story is may involve your imagination. Imagination is a big thing. You can be anything or anybody. You can go anywhere you want in the world with your imagination. So it's always very interesting to pay attention to what your imagination is saying. And this morning, this book, Inside My Imagination, by Marta Arteaga, is the book that we're going to read. And your imagination works a lot of the time. One day, I wrote a story just like the ones Mommy reads to me before I go to sleep. A story with lots of lovely words. One day when I was reading my story, I breathed in one of the words and something magical happened. I entered my imagination. It was an amazing paradise. There were unicorns, fairies, elves, and magicians. They appeared and disappeared whenever I wanted them to. My imagination is like a sea of thoughts that float and guide over each other. Droplets and bubbles contain my ideas that become real just by looking at them. They swim and swim, trying to solve the mysteries within me. They appear and disappear, silently diving far, far away until they're out on the horizon. Are all of the answers my answers? My imagination is like a land of clouds of different shapes. My imagination is like a meadow full of shooting stars. My imagination is like an enormous music box where I keep everything I see and hear. I can keep the sounds of the earth in the music box, the seas and the rivers, and crickets, the squirrels leaping through the trees, and the whisper of the wind in their leaves on those trees. The day I breathed in my story, I could see my imagination and how it worked inside my mind. Like little cogwheels turning, always thinking. The thinker of my imagination casts her net into the air and catches my ideas. The more I feed my ideas, the more ideas I have. The letters all perfectly fit into place. Then the words all hold each other's hands. And they cross the bridge of my imagination that connects my worlds, the internal and external. And they are born just like I was. The end. There is a magical place where you can always be yourself. In this magical place, you can turn on your light and light up your life. This place is your imagination. Your imagination is something living with its own voice. Your imagination is the expression of your freedom. You can take your imagination and, like I said to begin with, be anybody you want to be. You can imagine being an alligator. You can imagine being a doctor. You can imagine being anything in the world that you want to be, because that's your imagination. And your imagination is something that nobody can ever take from you. So you can travel and do all the fun things. We hope that this summer that you are looking at your story and hopefully writing it down somewhere so that you can look back on it later and see what your story was at this time in your life. So we hope that you're staying safe. Remember to wash your hands a bunch. Be safe. We can't wait until we can all see you here again in the library. We miss you. So you have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day from the staff here at Satsuma Public Library. Thank you.